Sunday morning conversation. Sunday morning.
Hey, it's Pastor Misha. I am so excited that you've joined me today. We are in the month of June, and as I told you all before, it is my birthday month, and we are celebrating. Celebrate good times. Come on. So we're celebrating my birthday month, but I'm going to share this celebration day with my father because it's Happy Father's Day. So to all of the fathers, Happy Father's Day to you. Whether you are one who has helped to birth someone, or maybe you are someone who has mentored or you adopted, or maybe you're a godfather, a spiritual father, whatever it may be, but you've been speaking life into people, then we want to celebrate you. And of course, I want to celebrate whom I think is the best dad ever, and that is Bishop Jerry L. Maynard. Dad, Happy Father's Day. You have done so much for me in my life. You have been a rock. You have been a mentor. You have been a disciplinary. You have been one who has given of yourself when you didn't have, or when you only had a little. You still made sure that I was taken care of. And I know my siblings probably are echoing this as well. But since this is on Conversations, I'm going to take this privilege to say to you, you're the best father a girl can have. I am a girl's dad. You know, I mean, a daddy's girl. Therefore, I wanted to say to you, happy, happy Father's Day. With that being said, I want to jump in here with you. Psalms 103:13 says, as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. And it's so important, fathers, that, and I said this to you all before, but I want to really emphasize it and take the time here, that you're present. That you're present in your children's lives, that you're present in life, period. And let me just stop right there and kind of just break that down. Being present doesn't mean that your body's there, but being present means that your head, your heart, and your gut is there. Your head's there. That means your intellect, your mental status. That means sharing. That means telling what's on your mind. That means giving instruction. That means strategizing. That means allowing for your mental health, first of all, to be healthy, and then ensuring that the mental health of those who are around you, your family, your friends, your marketplace, that those areas are healthy as well because they impact your life. You know, sometimes we can go off into the marketplace, jobs, businesses, hustles, whatever we may be doing, and have an experience and bring that home. When you come home with that, a lot of people don't know either you are shouting or you're shutting up. You either are shouting, which means that it's a overt, or you just openly are doing this, and so and your family doesn't know what's going on, and that leaves a lasting impact and imprint in your family's lives. Or maybe you're shutting up or shutting down, which means you're not expressing yourself. And unfortunately, we find this in men, that men do take a lot of things that happen in life and they hold it close to them and they shut down and they don't express. And one is, it teaches children then to shut down, and then they'll act out eventually. Or it teaches them to be so overt because they always wanted to hear that communication. One of the things we find in Genesis, when God is talking to Adam, he talked to him. That doesn't mean that it ended well, that he didn't listen, but at least God talked. He understood the importance of having that communication. So I want to challenge you, fathers. I want to share with you the importance of communicating with your family, communicating with your loved ones, communicating with your children. It is so vitally important that you express yourself. You may say, well, Pastor Misha, I don't know how to communicate. My father didn't communicate with me, or my parents, I didn't see them talking, or maybe my father wasn't present and I don't know what to share. And it seems like when I do share, I'm angry when I share it. Let me just give you just a few tips that I know. Just speak from your heart. Find that safe space and speak from your heart. One of the things I love about my father, he and I can talk about anything. and we laugh at stuff. Like we laugh at some of our, what we may consider to be weaknesses. We laugh at things. Like even sometimes when he may be speaking and I may have spoken in the word of God and presented, and we may laugh about some things that we may have tripped up on. We know we tripped up on it. You know, maybe the audience didn't catch it, but we caught it. And we may just laugh about those things because he has found a safe space where he can share and can be transparent and be vulnerable. And so men, I encourage you to look for that safe space and then share. Share when your day doesn't go well. When your wife says to you, you know, honey, how was your day? Say, you may not feel like sharing right there, but just say something like this. I can't talk about it right now, but I do want to talk to you before we go to bed. And that way, she'll know how to create that space. And we're going to get there in a minute. She'll know how to create that space for you so that you can share. Take some time to spend with your children. Sit them down and teach them things. One of the things I love about my dad is my father took us on trips. He exposed us things. We went to Washington, D.C. so that we could see the different things that were going on as far as the policies that were being made. We got to see the statues and we got to see the monuments that were in Washington, D.C. and the importance of the White House and what was actually happening at the White House. He took us on trips out to California where we were gone for 7 and 8, 9 days, where we just drove through and we went to the Grand Canyon, and we went to the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. We went to Hollywood and we got to see the big Hollywood letters across. We went to the Walk of Fame where we go on the sidewalks where the stars were there. We got a chance to be exposed to these things because he felt it was necessary that we would know. Let me tell you something else he did. He took us down into an area where the Ku Klux Klan was marching because he said it was necessary that we see how people organized themselves and they stood for what they believed, what they felt was right. He didn't want us to be afraid of them. He didn't want us to fear them because of what people may have said, but he wanted us to be very knowledgeable about their mission in life so that we would not be afraid of them, but that we would know them. That's what a good father does. Sits down, talks with your children, and shares. He taught us about business. He taught us about ministry. He taught us about politics. He taught us about family. He taught us how to get along. And he also taught us about education because he felt it was very, very necessary. So it's important, fathers, that you be present intellectually, and then also from your heart, and then from your gut. Your heart, just let them know this is what's going on. Hey, I made some mistakes, but I don't want you to make those same ones. I did this wrong, but I don't want you to do it wrong. Even if you're not with their mother, hey, I made a mistake, or it just didn't work out. Doesn't mean I don't love you. And this is key, the L word, because a lot of times men don't like to say it, like I love you, and then back it up. Use it. I love you, and then back it up. Your daughters need to hear this because how you view your daughters is how she's going to see herself in the eyes of men. If you don't value her, she won't value her. If you're absent, it is so impacting to a woman. But I guarantee you, you show me a confident woman, I'll show you a dad or a guardian, a godfather, grandfather, some man that said to that person, you're powerful and you're strong. Because there's something about a male's voice speaking into a female's life and saying to her with unconditional love that you can do whatever you want to do. And then your gut. That's where that wisdom, nuggets of wisdom, when you feel that something's wrong, stop it. You know, tell them, hey, no, you can't go over to Johnny's house, or hey, no, you can't go around the corner. Don't be so free to allow for your children to just go out here and do whatever they want to do. Allow for your gut to lead as well. It's important. And it's important to show your affection, and important to show your strengths, important to show your weaknesses in front of them so they'll know. They'll understand it. Because you are the image. You are the hero. And fathers, we need you. Now, ladies, listen to this. We've got to create these safe spaces for these men to come home to, these safe spaces for men to even talk. My brothers can pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, sis, let me just run this past you. What do you think? And they know they're going to get a good, sober, honest answer from me. Why? Because I'm giving them a female's perspective, and I've created a safe space. They don't hear me throw it back up in their face. They don't hear me challenge them with it. They don't hear it out on the streets. It's important to create that safe space for men. I know that they're the stronger of the two, but listen to this. They can get a little weak sometimes. You let them get sick, they're a little weak sometimes. You allow for somebody to hurt their feelings on the job, they can get a little weak sometimes. And it's okay. We want them to feel comfortable displaying that weak side, but we've got to create that safe space. So, I just mentioned to you that if the husband comes home and he says, had a bad day, and so you want to talk about it, and says to you, let's talk later. It's your role to create that safe space. It's your role to make sure that the children are in a quiet place and that they're distracted so that you can have that one-on-one time with them and give them all of your attention. A lot of times I've found in counseling and when I'm talking to couples that one of the areas that causes the biggest rip and drift in their relationship is when you have children, because then all the attention goes to the child or the children, and that attention is no longer for the spouse. But you've got to make sure that you hang in there and that your attention is there, especially for our men and for our fathers. So, as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. And we know that God is compassionate to us and for us and with us. He's concerned about everything that's about what we're doing. The Bible even tells us that he's concerned about every hair that's on our head. And so when we know this, God takes care of us in that same way. Fathers, you have to take care of your children. You have to take care of your family, just as God is taking care of us. There's nothing that God would not give to us. The Bible says there's nothing he will withhold from us. The Bible tells us that he has cattle on 1,000 hills and it belongs to us. It tells us that he would do exceeding abundantly above all that we could ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. So if God has given us access to everything that we need, if God is making sure that the way is made for us, then we look to our fathers to do the same. And I just encourage you, fathers, step out there, because when you step, we're stepping with you. Take those leaps, because we're leaping with you. Take the risk, because we'll be risk takers with you. Step back, we'll step back with you. Fathers, we've got you. Not just daughters, to the wives, to the children, to the families, to the communities. Let's support our fathers, because I do want to tell you the attack is on the fathers this day and age. It is an attack on the fathers and their image. So we need to make sure that we're standing up, supporting and promoting strong fathers in our community. Again, fathers, happy Father's Day. Bishop Maynard, happy Father's Day to you. Pastor Jerry, Brother Michael, and Brother David, from me to you, I love you all so much. Happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to everyone else. Hang out with us at 7:45. We have a special Father's Day that is going to take place at Cathedral Praise in Nashville, Tennessee, 4300 Clarksville Pike. You can catch us on our social ministry platforms or catch us in person. You don't want to miss it. The Word of God is going to come forth, and I know it's going to be impacting. And then at 10 a.m. at both locations in Nashville, again, 4300 Clarksville Pike, and in Memphis, 191 West Shelby Drive, or our social ministry platforms. You can catch us there as we celebrate our fathers. We let them know that we love them. And I just want you all to know, as you move throughout the community, and this can be your homework assignment as well, that you tell your fathers that you love them. If your father is deceased, then find a man that's doing it and tell them, Happy Father's Day. If your father has been absent in your life, just ask God to heal those areas so that you're not carrying around bitterness and you're not carrying around loss. And then find someone who has been good to you, a man that has showed you unconditional love, and say to them, Happy Father's Day, and thank you for being that key role in my life. Again, happy Father's Day to you, and we're excited about what God is going to do. And as I shared with you throughout this month, I'm celebrating my birthday, and part of my gift that I want from you is for you to join the Combo Club. The QR code is on the screen, and the information is available to you. If you cannot use that QR code, please put your email address in the chat, and we'll get in touch with you. We've got exciting things coming down the pipeline for us to include a Conversations Conference coming up in 2025. So we're excited, and we look forward to you being present and you being there. That's men and women, so it's not just for the girls, but it's for everyone. I look forward to celebrating with you. Now, you probably have already signed up, but on June the 22nd, which is coming up Saturday, there's a little birthday party that's going to happen, and I'm so excited. You may not be able to join me because you maybe don't live in the Nashville area, and that's fine. But if you would just do a shout out to tell me happy birthday, I would appreciate it. I'm not begging and soliciting for this, but I'm just saying to you, it would be so kind just to hear from you to say happy birthday. I love all of you, and I thank you so much for your love and your support. And I know that I'm going to see you on next Sunday. So until then, remember that your voice is powerful and your voice is valuable. Go out and speak life into everything that you do and say. Bye-bye.